Waterloo, Ontario is a unique and interesting place. Come with me this Saturday morning and Sunday afternoon on a personal visual tour in a Canadian city known worldwide for its technical expertise, namely Research in Motion, or RIM, maker of the BlackBerry smartphone. Let's start with my weekly visit to the West Side City Cafe for my supply of homemade raisin bread rolls, something I have coffee with the first thing every morning. Owner John Bergen, a member of Rockaway Mennonite Church in Kitchener, created a niche for himself some 12 years ago by renovating old gas stations into cafe bakeries, doing, in his words, a lot more than baking bread, but, quote, creating community. His wood-fired ovens cook bagels at 600 degrees, and his pizza is to die for. I stay away from the sweet tarts and donuts. You won't see a cash register, only a fare box from an old bus where customers are on their honor to pay the listed prices. Bergen figures he gets ripped off about 2% of sales, but the loss is made up by customers overpaying by about 3%. Then on to St. Jacob's Market, the locally popular and widely patronized commercial enterprise of the late Milo Shantz, who is described by Wally Croker as a, quote, minister of commerce, unquote. Shantz, an entrepreneur of unusual imagination and success, called this outdoor-indoor market of some 600 plus vendors, quote, a living illustration of democratizing capitalism. Not only is it a favorite place for the locals to stock up on fresh vegetables, fruit, and meat for the week, it draws busloads of tourists from Toronto and other Ontario towns. If you can't find it at the market, you probably don't need it. Fresh oranges. Take some honey for your
Why not?
honey, says this vendor.
It's enough.
That's enough?
Judging by some of the high-calorie homemade pies, fudge, and huge maple-iced cinnamon rolls, you really don't need them. Having long since exempted such fat and sugar-laden delicacies from my own diet, I can only fantasize now when passing the counter that drives you crazy with its sights and smells. Everything in the market is locally grown and produced. Drug-free meats, fresh squeezed orange juice and tomato juice, fruits and vegetables in abundance, blueberries, fresh blueberries and cherries seem to be always in season. It's maple syrup time in Ontario, and the old orders are out in force selling this season's maple syrup. A family enterprise. You can even get fresh flowers for dinner. And fresh cut asparagus. Then on to St. Jacob's and the Stone Crock Bakery for lunch. This has become our Saturday noon haunt for their homemade soup special. This week it's turkey vegetable. And being a chocoholic, I can't resist taking home a small chocolate mousse for dessert at dinner. And their pumpkin raisin muffins are to die for, too. It's also a gathering place, even a coffee stop for bikers on the sunny spring day.
You might do that.
And it's Maple Festival time in nearby Elmira, so the Old Order Mennonites are capitalizing on the crowds coming to this annual event the last day of March by getting them before they drive 10 kilometers up the road to get their fix of maple syrup produced on the woodlots of local farms. At the festival, the roads are clogged despite the planners' efforts to take wagon loads of tourists to the downtown area to line up for the famous pancakes swimming in maple syrup. And since it's Palm Sunday, we head to downtown Kitchener to the St. John the Evangelist Anglican Church for their Bach Vespers at 4 o'clock. It's a moving service with a number of cantatas and motets performed by the Spiritus Ensemble, interspersed by scriptures, readings from Zechariah, Isaiah, the Gospel of Luke, and the Book of Acts, and ending with a rousing rendition of praise and glory and blessing and honor be to you, God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. The congregation responds at this dismissal by singing together the hymn From the Falter of Breath, an Iona boat song, a blessed ending to a Waterloo weekend.